Oh, welcome into the Sunday Morning Parlay brought to you by FGH and sponsored by TexasTelehealth.com. We got a nice little three-team moneyline underdog parlay that pays about 11 to 1. It's been juiced up a little bit. I've got some changes that I made. I'll get into that in a minute. But first, go to TexasTelehealth.com. Nobody likes going to the doctor, let's face it. Dial them up. I said dial because I'm old. Punch them up on your computer, get your meds sent to you, get fixed, and skip the doctor. That's the new way to do it. Old dinosaurs like me, we went to the doctor's office, probably got more diseases going there to get fixed with the one we had. Skip all that, go to texastelehealth.com and get fixed. So, today, we got a nice little parlay built up for you. But before we get to that, did you see Mr. Mendoza of Indiana won the Heisman, which is super cool by itself. First of all, Indiana football is in the playoffs. Indiana football has a Heisman winner. That's incredible on its own. But there was a super fan who placed a bet on Mr. Mendoza to win the Heisman before the season started, and he just cashed out a $100,000 payout. I can't even imagine the euphoria that this kid is feeling right now. The closest thing I can think to it, because like it's your favorite team, and they had an amazing year. They're going to the playoffs. They got a good chance to win the Natty. Oh yeah, and here's $100,000 payout you got because the quarterback was balls out all year. The closest thing I can think of is I'm an old man. I grew up with the Jennifer Love Hewitt days. Being like, oh my God, who is this? This hot little brunette with giant real tits on my TV screen. It'd be like, hey, I'm gonna place a bet with you boys. I bet you one day I get to have Jennifer Love Hewitt in my bedroom, and then all of a sudden you get a knock at the door. It's Jennifer Love Hewitt saying, hey, it's time to cash your golden ticket, buddy. Let's go. I mean, that's just a win-win situation for everybody. So congratulations to him for winning that bet, and hopefully for him, his Indiana Hoosiers can close out this playoff run and go ahead and get that natty. Now, speaking of winning money, first of all, that does remind me of a little bet that I made on Mr. Tyler whatever his name is, the quarterback for New Orleans. I placed a bet on him, and I'm not a big fan, so it's not exactly correlated with the Indiana fan, because I actually hated him coming out of Texas Tech. But you know what? Sometimes things change, and he's been playing well lately. On our Patreon page, patreon.com/bet_FGH, I posted a ticket that I put on Mr. Shuck to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I did this last week. So these odds are still currently available, I'm sure. $50 pays $8,000. Now hear me out. You're like, Tyler Shuck, he ain't done shit. He's got no chance to win the Offensive Rookie of the Year. You're probably right. That's why the odds are so high. But hear me out. They have an easy schedule the rest of the way. They play Carolina today. I might get to that in the parlay that I'm going to tell you about. If he can win out or win 3 of 4, and he's already won one previously, so if he can win 4 of his last 5, put up some good numbers. If Jackson Dart can just kind of, stumble along the way, he's had his concussion issues. If Ted McMillan, who I believe is the leader, if he can cool off. If Egbuka for Tampa Bay has already been cooling off for the last month and a half. If all these things happen and Tyler Shuck balls out the rest of the way, that's an $8,000 ticket on a $50 bet. So guess who is a huge New Orleans and Tyler Shuck fan the rest of the way? This guy right here. All right, let's get to the 3-team moneyline parlay of the week. Now, I did post the Sunday morning parlay on Patreon early in the week because I wanted to get ahead of the line moves, and it kind of worked, I guess, because I put Denver when they were 2.5-point dogs, along with oh my gosh, who was it? Cincy, and this is wrong on here. Cincy, let me look it up. Damn it. I had Cincy, Denver, and was it New England? Bear with me, boys. Bear with me. I'll be right there. Let Let's see. Sunday morning parlay is going to be Cincy, Denver, New Orleans. Duh, I just talked about New Orleans. Okay, so Cincy, Denver, New Orleans was the one I put out early in the week. I've changed it for today only because Denver is no longer, you don't get plus money on Denver anymore. Now they're minus 105 last time I checked. Let me see. Denver is sitting at minus 105. So I like to put 3 underdogs in this parlay. So I'm switching the one today. If you got that one, by the way, that paid 10 to 1. So I'll stand by that. I'll still grade that out. Cincy, Denver, New Orleans on the money lines paid 10 to 1. But I'm switching out Denver today for New England because New England has gone up to plus 2.5 on the actual line and plus 120 on the money line. That's some wild movement for a team that's won this many games in a row and is at home and it beat Buffalo the previous matchup. So we're flipping out Denver for New England. It juices it up a little bit. You get about 11.5 to 1 on this parlay. But I will grade both of them. So these are 2 Sunday morning parlays, depending on if you got the early one and you're getting this late one. So that's going to be it for today. Congratulations to Mendoza on the Heisman. Congratulations to the super fan who got $100,000. And I don't know. Let's watch the games today, and maybe Tyler Shuck balls out. Maybe Jennifer Love Hewitt knocks on my door. You never know what might happen. So for Bo Sivas, I am Longhorn. We are FGH, and no matter how you find us, when you think about betting on football, think FGH.